Retirement may sound like a far-off event, so why worry about it now? You may consider yourself as being many years, perhaps decades away from reaching the ability to retire, so surely you can think about it and plan for it when you're older, right? Indeed, it's never too late to start planning. However, the earlier you begin saving, the more time your money has to grow through the magic of compound interest, which can significantly amplify your wealth over time. Starting early not only allows you to build a robust nest egg with less financial strain, but it also gives you the flexibility to take on moderate investment risks that can lead to higher returns. By making consistent contributions now, you're setting yourself up for financial independence later, minimizing the pressure of catching up in your later years. Let's say you're 25 years old, you're out of college, and you've been working for 3 years to start your career. You're making $60,000 a year now, and with balancing your expenses, the most you're able to squirrel away is $200 a month. That's $2,400 a year, or about 4% of your annual salary, a mark which is lower than recommended. It's a start, no doubt, but what are you actually doing with that money? Keeping it in the bank? Stashing it under your mattress? By keeping your savings as cash, not only are you losing out to the inevitable inflation that will devalue your money, you are also losing out on gains you could otherwise be earning. If you put that $200 a month in your checking account, by age 30 you'll have saved $12,000. Even if you used a savings account with, let's say, a 1% savings rate, you'd wind up with $12,365. $12,000 is a decent chunk of change, but what if for those 5 years you had been investing? Using bonds or CDs with a 4% annual rate would result in you having $13,519. Whereas if you invested in the stock market and had an average annual return of 12%, you'd be all the way up to $17,076. Of course, this may fluctuate from year to year as the stock market does not grow in a linear fashion. Proportionally, $17,000 isn't exponentially more than $12,000. But what about further into the future?
Let's extrapolate that out. What would it look like after another 5 years, 10 years? What about at 65, right around traditional retirement age? If we assume historical averages persist, by 65 you'd be sitting on $2.1 million, even though what you've actually contributed yourself has only amounted to $96,000. This example shows why it is so important not only to start saving, but to start saving early and making your money work for you. People may see this type of analysis and say, well, $2 million won't be anything in 40 years, so what's the point? Well, what's the alternative? Leaving the money under that mattress to be worth just $96,000. Furthermore, this example can be scaled. Perhaps you started by saving $500 a month instead of $200. Look how drastically that can change the analysis. You'd be up to $5.2 million. To take it a step further, let's say you start at 25 saving $500 per month, and each year thereafter, your salary increases by an average annual rate of 5%. As your salary went up over the years, your contribution dollars did as well. What started as $6,000 a year when you were 25 would become $40,000 by the time you're 65. The increasing contributions, along with the growth rate of your investments in this case, would result in you potentially having $8.3 million by 65. This is all while never contributing more than 10% of your annual salary into your investments. The point is, starting young, no matter how little it may be at first, can grow into a huge impact down the line. Get started. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, subscribe and leave a comment.